All right, hi, welcome everyone. This is the Hobo Prepper. It looks like I'm actually getting some good signal today, so I'm gonna kind of wait for people to kind of start showing up. Let me see, I gotta get out more in. Okay, so I'm trying to find a place for good signal so that I can do this. Okay, let's see here. All right, hi, welcome everyone. This is the Hobo Prepper. I am Friar Tuck. Apparently some people decided they want to pull up and smoke fucking dope right in front of me. It's like, dude, you're on fucking camera, man. I even tell these people that. Okay. I am trying to get a good signal because usually out here is where I get my best signal. All right, let's see if anybody shows up. All right, hi and welcome everyone. This is the Hobo Prepper. I know that there's been a little bit of static. I'm trying to get everything. Get off me, ant. Yeah, get off me. Okay. So I'm trying to get everything up and running. All right, so let me tell you a quick story while I'm waiting for people to come in. All right, so yesterday I made a cry for help, and who did help me. It was extremely important, and that is why I'm able to do the live stream today. Okay, so normally back here I'm supposed to get something around. All right, guys. All right, so I don't get it. Like this right here, normally I get like 5G, and so I normally get like this is where I come to upload videos. So I don't understand. So yesterday I made a cry for help, and that was pretty interesting. I want to say thank you to all those that helped me. Not only were you able to help me get to a point where I could afford to replace the replace my power cord and everything, but it's also where I was able to get a couple other things done as well, such as I needed to replace my bike lock, so I was able to replace that. Not only that, I was able to get some other supplies that I needed, and so I gotta say thank you guys very much for stepping up and helping out. Okay, so now I'm getting into the area where it's really good signal. Okay, so show up, at least I hope that. Anyways, one of the things that I wanted to talk about is when I was standing there in line to get it. If you guys saw, come on, you piece of crap. If you guys saw the picture that I shared with you guys, sorry about the sun. It's like 500 degrees out here. Okay, so I got to quit moving. I think that's part of my problem, but it's kind of hard to not be in the sun and do all this. Okay, so, and also it chose right now to actually be windy. It hadn't been windy all day. But anyways, the lady was in the in the line. She had the shirt that said wokeness breeds weakness, and I took a picture of it. I actually asked her if I could take a picture of it. She's like, yeah, you can take a picture of it. Then she makes a comment of like, oh yeah, you just want to take a picture of my boobs. And the lady that was or the guy that was doing the checkout, he was sitting there looking at me, and he's just like, oh no, there's he's like, I'm a sailor and I've never seen this before. So, or sorry guys, it's been a long day. I've even though I just got here into Gainesville, one of the things I had to do bike maintenance, and then I had a blunder, and so I'm kind of a little frustrated about that. But I was able to get my chain cleaned. I was able to go out and get myself a bike lock. I was even able to get some wet lube, because I used all my dry lube because they told me, oh yeah, it's gonna be dry, you'll be fine, yada yada. No, honestly, if you're gonna be out on the road, just get yourself wet lube, because it's for extreme conditions, whether it freezes over or whether it it gets wet. It's going to keep you from having to constantly sit there and redo your sorry guys, it just got all of a sudden really dark here. I think my phone is starting to overheat. It's like 80 some odd degrees here, so which is really crazy. So okay, there we go. Yeah, but it's like 80 degrees here today, which is really crazy for the middle of January. The weather is just, it goes from, you know, 30 degrees to 80 degrees, back down to 30 degrees, and it just doesn't seem to, really go that far. But anyways, usually I have people coming in by now, probably because it's Tuesday and it's the middle of the day. I'm probably not going to see a lot of you people here. So let me take a point and talk about a little bit of what my day has been like. So one of the things of my day has been that so I woke up this morning, I had my breakfast, I went down to the bike shop, with them over a bike lock and some wet lube, and then from there I was able to I came back. I cleaned my chain, I took a shower, you know, I did all those different things, so but I can't be in the sun. It's gonna kill my... Hi, how are you? Glad to see somebody showed up today. But anyways, I went down and I cleaned my chain, and I've been interacting with a lot of people here. It's been something else. So I hope that the visual is okay. One of the things that's happening is, in order to get signal, I got to stand right out in the direct sun, and considering it's like 80 some odd degrees today, which is really, really crazy. But anyways, but I want to say thank you guys for all the help that you guys gave me with everything there. Let's see. If anybody has any questions, please say something in chat. I'd love to see your questions. I hope you can hear me right now. So if you guys remember when I first got here to Gainesville, they came and they were trying to tell everybody that they've got to move and by a certain date and all that stuff. Well, one of the things that that they ended up doing is this land ended up getting sold to the National Guard. And so right now the National Guard is in here. They're trying to clean up the campsites, one, and two, they are also the National Guard's supposed to be cleaning them out. So if you can see some stuff in the background, so those are some of the trucks and things like that. So I hope that you guys... Okay, all right. Splinter Gray Wolf. Okay, glad to see you. But you know, as you see, this whole area, this whole land here is now being taken over by the National Guard. But here's something that most people aren't really taking into account. As the homeless population increases, you're going to need places to be able to stay. But unfortunately, the one sad part about the homeless is that they're not really doing a good job in keeping themselves clean and cleaning up after themselves. And because of that, it's actually burning out a lot of spots. So if you ever get a chance to, or if you ever get into the situation where you get caught up by the Great Dispossession, and okay, locked and loaded. All right. Rick, okay, Rick Longsdon. All right, glad to see you. All right, so anyways, here would be better spent, instead of putting it into the hands of the military, because I mean, what does the National Guard need another piece of property for? I mean, unless they're gearing up for something that we don't know about, or they're just doing this to harass the homeless. It's something that is not okay, come on. All right, so I'm trying to find that sweet spot for the signal, guys, and so because I'm trying to find that sweet spot. So, but anyways, come on, you know you want to. Okay. Reason. Okay, where? Okay, guys, All right. So I'm going. There are spots around here that just do not have good signal. I don't understand, either there's a signal jammer going on out here, or there's something really strange, because the only place where you can get any decent signal out here is to stand right here in the direct sun. And so I'm gonna do the best I can for you guys. I'm sorry about the delay, but for some reason, I mean, the only way I can get a good signal is to stand right here, which really kind of sucks. But anyways, I mean, this land could be used for so much more. I mean, you could probably put about 500 to 1,000 tents here, and that would take over, that would help a large portion of not only the homeless population, but the future homeless population, you know, as we got it. So, I mean, I don't understand. Come on. All right, what the fuck? Okay, guys, I know you guys can't hear me. I know you guys can't see me. I'm trying, but for some reason, this is really starting to get to a point where I can't even get anything done. Like, there's normally, like I said, I can't get anything around here. What are they doing? Okay. So it looks like the signal is coming back. For some reason, I'm not getting signal out here. There's something that's going on here. I don't know what it is. I'm sorry. Okay, Jamaica. When you come into Jamaica, I'm not coming. I probably. I don't intend on coming to Jamaica, but for some reason, signal out here. I don't know. Signal, like, that's why I came over here, was so that I could get a good signal, but I can't seem to get a good signal around here, and it keeps. Okay, well, I know down here. Okay, guys, I'm not getting a fucking signal. All right, guys, I don't know what's going on here, but as soon as I'm gonna throw this fucking phone and I'm gonna break the shit out of it. I'm getting pissed. All right, guys, so normally I get really good signal out here, but for some reason, I don't know if there's some sort of signal jammer or something that's going on out here, but normally I get like 4 bars and 5G right where I'm standing. And I have been here for some time, but I can't seem to get anything. And I made sure to turn my roaming on and to go in and check my network settings. So as you guys see this, I do apologize for the spottiness, but I'm trying to get back on topic. I hope that you guys can see me. I'm trying to see you. Okay. That is better. Okay, Rick, thank you. All right, sorry guys. It's just, for some reason, I don't know if it's where I'm at, what's going on, but I can't seem to keep signal out here. And this is normally, again, this is a place where I can usually get good signal. So this is one thing that has changed since okay, so this looks like if I got to stand right here, this looks like a good place, maybe 1, 2, 3 spots forward. Okay, well, for some reason, you know, again, but anyways, guys, to get back on topic, you could put 500 to 1,000 people on this property, and you could help out the future homeless. I mean, this is something that I think that as a community that we should start bracing for impact, because you have thousands upon thousands. They're talking about 2.3 million people being laid off. Okay, come on. Okay. So they're talking about 2.3 million people being laid off, possibly even more. And what that's going to end up doing to, and so I've stopped moving per your request, but you know, one of that's going to end up happening is that, see, it still does, it doesn't matter. There is something else that's going on here. Okay. And this is pissing me off. For some reason, guys, this is an unstable signal. I'm not moving. Yeah, I am pretty sunburnt. That's kind of what happens when you stand in the direct sun and you're a redhead. But, you know, this is, like I said, there's something going on. There's something else going on here other than me moving around, because this signal has always been a stable signal. It's why I came over here. It's why I said I would do it on Tuesday, is because of the signal. But anyways, so one of the things that I think that you as a community should be aware of and start trying to do is to, one of the things is make sure to start setting up your community to be able to brace for the impact of all these people losing their jobs, losing their homes, not being able to, again, fucking Christ. So what ends up happening, guys, good day from Washington. Oh, Washington State. All right, close to my hometown of Portland. Okay, so one of the things that keeps happening is that the signal just keeps crashing. There's something that's interfering in the signal, and I don't know what it is. But normally I'm able to get a decent signal out here. But I need to quit repeating myself. But anyways, guys, you need to start prepping your community. Prepping your community to be able to brace for the loss of property, the loss of life. You know, like basically people are going to lose a lot of stuff. They're going to lose their homes. They're going to lose their jobs. They're going to lose pretty much their dignity to a certain point by the time this ends, because there are a lot of people that are saying that this is going to be worse than the Great Depression. And one of the big things about the Great Depression is everybody left the small cities, came to the big cities, and started looking for work, but then there was nothing but food lines. And so, I mean, I don't know what else to say to you other than, you know, if you want to do something to prep your community so that your community can brace for impact and be prepared, this is one thing that I would strongly suggest. So land like this is important. You know, another thing is that Another thing is that, and actually the clouds seem to be improving the signal. Another thing is that, you know, a lot of people that are going to be losing their jobs and losing their place to live and all those other things, you know, they're going to be having to travel to find places to work, places to live, and they're going to have to relocate. And plus, from an article I've read, is that what we've seen here from the most recent with the what's it called, the weather and not global warming, climate change, whatever they want to call it this year. You know, Billy Meyer's actually been warning about this since before they started calling it global cooling in the 70s. But you know, one of the big things is that you know, with climate and the way that it's kind of going erratic and it's getting crazy, people are going to have to migrate, whether it because the land becomes barren or oversaturated or they get flooded out. Like, there's a lot of places here in Florida that will get flooded out if it continues to rain the way it is, because you know, it used to be marshland and then they cleared it out, but you bring all that rain back in, it all goes back underwater all over again. And so you're going to have people that are going to have to navigate, and they're going to have to move from one place to another. Toilet paper costs a lot of money to you. Okay, so anyways, and one of the big things that you should be really thoughtful of, as far as how you know, you're going to be affected, how your community is going to be affected, is just, you know, when people migrate, and you guys saw this through me, you know, maybe once a week or every 5 or 6 days, I would get a shower, and then I would get a shower for a couple of days, and then after that, you know, then I'm back on the road. And you know, Billy Meyer, the UFO guy, yes, that's who I'm talking about. But you know, one of the things is that you know, if there were at least every 60 miles, if they were to offer kind of like a way station. Now, one of the things is I don't really think that they should do something low barrier like what we see here in Gainesville. I mean, the low barrier is okay, but what really brought me back to Gainesville is the proximity of resources. If you look behind me, it used to be an old jail. They turned it from an old jail into a homeless shelter, and they're still building it out. They could probably house another 400 or 500 people there, but they just haven't built it out yet. But I mean, I can get my laundry done, which means that I can keep my hygiene up. I can get a shower, and I don't have to beg for it. I don't have to stay there overnight. I don't have to do any of that. If I need to get medication, I can get medication. If I need to get mail, I can get mail here. Everything that I need is really close in proximity as far as what I need. And I think that something like this, you know, if this were to be put along certain travel routes throughout the United States, that this would at least reduce the brunt of the impact of what's coming, not only from the climate, but from the economic, and also we're looking at wars, and we're looking at world wars. I mean, the next 10 years are not going to be pretty. The next 10 years are probably going to be gators don't bite. Not these gators. But anyways, you know, you've got all these different things that may cause you to migrate for one reason or another, and to be able to have way stations at least every 60 miles along the different routes, that means you can walk, you could be there in 2-3 days, you can ride, you could be there in a day to 2 days, you know, you can drive and be there, you know, you could go through a few of them. But, you know, they shouldn't be places where people can stay long, maybe 2 weeks at most, you know, and kind of treat it a little bit like BLM land. And, you know, all of these cities, they have a little bit of forested area, especially here on the East Coast. It seems like, at least here in Florida, at the bare minimum, that there's always a forested area like this. So if you look behind me, so a lot of people stay there, and a lot of people stay back in that forest, and I stay in that forest right on the other side over there. Okay, and so to be able to have this forested land, it gives people an opportunity to be able to not only keep their dignity, but to be able to keep running their life the way that they need to run their life, because everybody does everybody does their life differently. Okay, so some people might want to travel because they just want to travel. Some people might be traveling because they're looking for work. Some people might want to travel for all various reasons. Okay, and with that being said, to be able to have way stations like this, and now I think that this has probably got to be done on a state level. When I saw Senator Rick Scott, I even mentioned it to him. It's like, you know what, it would be really nice if I had way stations along the way. Oh, well, you can. It's like, no. And the thing is the ability for those resources to be able to be able to what's the word? The ease of access to be able to find the resources becomes really, really hard. Okay, and that's one of the big things that I find to be an issue, as far as traveling, because, traveling is traveling. And, when you're an out of shape fat boy like me, you get out on the road, you're on your second day, you start questioning why the hell you're doing what you're doing, but it's the only thing that you can do, because it's the only thing that's keeping you going in the right direction. And, the thing is you're going to have a lot of people that are going to be fat and out of shape that are going to want to get out there, get on the road, or at least be able to know that, hey, if they walk for a couple of days, that they have a place to stay. And I think even in the small cities, if they took the time to manage it, to set aside travelers land, stuff like that in the small city, so that you can go from city to city, because your average city is anywhere from 10 to 40, about 10 to 60 miles from each other when we're talking about small cities to all the way up to big cities. Okay, so it does take quite a bit of time. It does take quite a bit of time to get between these places, but they have enough distance between them to where you can kind of set those as your checkpoints. And I think that if this were something to be set up, and I want to know, what do you guys think? Okay, so Hobo Thomas, spot on. Okay, current affairs of the country will only matter if you and others actually survive. We must survive this first. Well, part of surviving all of this is part of surviving all of this is making sure that you have the logistics set up. And I think that logistics is the logistics of all this, if you set it up correctly, it'll be perfectly fine. That will allow more people to survive. Now, the question is do they want us to survive? If you're the bottom 30% of society, you consume the most resources. The upper elites look at you as useless eaters, and you bring nothing to society, because all they're looking at is your bank account and your title within society. They're not actually looking at who you are as a human being, because as a human being, there are plenty of people that are in the bottom 30% that are worth saving more than some of these elites that have more to offer the world than some of these elites. But, because they're looking at your bank account and your title and your status within society, it becomes much harder for people like that to actually stand out and to be, taken and respected. So, anybody else agree with me, or anybody think that I'm off on the wrong track? So it looks like I've only got a couple of you left here. So I'm going to be ending this video here in just a few minutes anyways. But, and I'm going to leave it up for the 24 hours. My own, okay. You've been preparing your whole life, but what are you preparing for? And, Puckett made something. Okay, so Puckett said something to me last night when I got my welcoming party. So somebody pulled a flare gun and put it right up under here on him and threatened to blow his... Oh, come on, you piece of shit. So somebody pulled a flare gun on Puckett yesterday, or not yesterday, but quite a few days ago, and he was telling me about this. And the thing is Puckett looked at it and he's asking himself, like, why he didn't. He's trying to figure out why he didn't. Come on. 14. Okay. So he's trying to figure out why didn't react the way he was supposed to, the way he knew to react. And the thing is as you saw from Mike in that interview, is when chaos and when disaster happens, it doesn't matter how prepared you are. If you're not prepared to react properly in the situation, no matter how much training you did, just like he did his own training, you know, he froze, he panicked, because, you know, what's going on. So all right, come on, you know you want to. That's funny. Okay, so anyways, guys, so I'm gonna kind of cut this short, but this is what I'm going to be talking about over the next few videos, as well as bike maintenance and what to do when you have a layover, your gear put together. So I'm going to talk about, you know, what to do in a layover, kind of what to do when you get your gear back together. I'm gonna talk about some of those things, but this is also something that I think that I want to start advocating for. And in a lot of ways, I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to start talking to certain people, but I can also help you guys, you know, start talking to people as well and kind of give you directions. I mean, you're gonna want to, at least I think on this level, you're gonna want something like come on, we're ready. Yeah, well, yeah, I'm a Gen X myself, so I mean, yeah, we're probably the only generation left that has any common sense or any wits about us. Don't need to be told what to do and how to live and how to think. But what do you expect when you educate children to, you know, believe and trust in the government? You know, but anyways, guys, videos, because I want to be able to give you the tools that you want to be, you want to interact with them. Yes, Thomas. Yeah, I know you're a retired boomer. Didn't you used to be Reach 60? Looks like the same pic. Just curious. But anyways, you know, when you're gonna have to go down and advocate for this on your own end, you know, just for your own region here. So you know, this is something that I want to kind of help you guys get the tools for. Hey, if you guys have anything that you think that I should do a video about, especially since I'm here static, please let me know in the comments. You know how to help the channel: like, subscribe, share. Okay, so you guys know how to help the channel: like, subscribe, share. You can come over to Patreon. You can leave something down in the tip jar. I'll put all that stuff down in the description after this video, or after this ends. And you can also come over to my affiliate links as well. And like, that's the gear that I use every day. So, I mean, if there's any videos you guys want me to talk about, any topics, I always take suggestions. It kind of helps make my life and my job easier to make sure to help you guys. I mean, some of the videos, I got to do a video on the bike trails for somebody that had asked about it. So I've been houseless for 30 plus years. Getting close to the end game. Yeah, you know, I've been off and on for about 20 years, and it seems like it's worse now than it ever was. Guys, so anyways, come on, you shitbag. Okay. All right, we're going up now. Yay! We're coming back. For those of you that have stuck with me, for those of you that have stuck with me throughout this, I truly appreciate it. Again, sorry if you catch some of my frustration. It's irritating, and I'm sure you guys are irritated with the skipping as well. But again, leave me some suggestions down there. Thank you for watching. This will be up until tomorrow morning, and then it goes over to Patreon. So if you want to be able to catch my live stream replays, let me know. And next week, I will make sure to be in a better location. For some reason, this seems to be a bad location. I might have to just go down to a McDonald's and just sit outside there and do it next week. That way I don't have all this, because McDonald's Wi-Fi usually is pretty good. All right, guys. So thanks for joining me. Thanks for having the patience on